E aí galera, tudo bem com vocês? Welcome to another BC English tip video. Okay, today we're talking about false cognates. We're going to talk about some words that you think you understand, but maybe you have some confusion, alright? So I'm going to say the word and I'm going to say the incorrect use and then tell you how you should use it, alright? So let's begin with a very, very common one, discuss. Okay, so discuss is not discutir. Alright? I don't say, oh, I always discuss with my brother. No, I always argue with my brother. If it's a disagreement and you don't feel good about the situation, kind of like a fight, then we don't say discuss. Discuss can be good. Discuss can be to talk about something better or more or deeply, okay? So that's discuss, alright? Discuss is similar to talk about something. Pretend, the second one. People always confuse pretend, okay? So don't use pretend for your future intentions, okay? So intentions, we use intend, okay? So I intend to study at university, not I pretend to study at university. That's incorrect, all right? So instead of pretend, use intend or plan. I plan to study at university, or I plan to go travel next year. Next one, number 3, is actually. So actually is not atualmente, all right? So just remember that. It is not connected to time at this moment. So actually is similar to really, or in reality, or in fact, okay? So for example, oh, I worked there in the past, but actually I work at a new company. No. In that case, you should say nowadays or currently, okay? I worked there in the past, but currently I work at a new company, or nowadays I work at a new company, all right? So don't confuse actually with atualmente. The next one is educated, okay? So educated is not educado. Educated is when you study to a high level and finish university or some kind of school, you are educated. But if you want to say somebody who says please and thank you, good morning, good afternoon, we say polite, okay? So the polite is the best word, similar to educado in Portuguese, all right? It's better to be polite in general for society, all right? That's my example. Next one is beef, okay? So beef is not beefy. And it's kind of confusing because beef is also food, but beef is just the meat from a cow, all right? So for example, hamburgers are typically made with beef. If you're thinking about a piece of meat that we cut and eat, like filet mignon or something like that, that would be a steak, okay? So beef is not beefy. You're probably thinking about steak. The word that you probably should use is steak. So for example, if you know a restaurant where you eat steak, it is called a steakhouse. Okay, Jatobá is a steakhouse. Parents, all right? Parents is our next word. It is not parentes. Parents is only for your mother and father. If you study Callan, you know this false cognate, okay? So just remember that parents is only 2 people, your mother and your father, or somebody's mother, somebody's father. So if you're talking about all the other people in your family, you should say relatives or relations. I recommend relatives, okay? That's another false cognate. Now, next one is compromise. Compromise is not compromisso, okay? So if you want to say that you can't do something, you should use a different word other than compromise. Compromise is like an acordo, kind of like the terms of a deal. But if you want to say that you can't go somewhere, you can say that you have another commitment or another thing to do, okay? So don't confuse compromise with compromisso. Next false cognate is large. Okay, so large is not largo from one side to another, would be like largo. So that would be wide in English, like a wide avenue. But large in general is similar to big, okay, which would be more similar to grande in Portuguese, okay? So São Paulo is a large city, for example. Next one, lunch. Lunch is not lunchy, okay? So If you want to say lunch, we're talking about the period of time, like generally midday or noon, when you eat food. That's lunch. So you don't say, I'm going to have a lunch. You say, I'm going to have lunch. And if you want to say like a sandwich or a burger, you should say exactly that. So if it's something similar to McDonald's with beef and everything, like a Big Mac, that is a burger. But if it's made with chicken or a different meat or it's not hot, it is a sandwich. So that's it, not a lunch, but in this case a burger or a sandwich. Finally, diversion. Diversion is not diversion, okay? So diversion is basically a completely different thing. When you go out of your way, it's a diversion. Or when you kind of distract somebody, like a distraction can be a diversion. But if you want to say diversion, you should say fun, okay? So, for example, going to Disneyland is very fun. That's it. Don't confuse these words and your English will be much, much better as a result, all right? That's the first list of our false cognates in English. Stay tuned for more. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon. All right, thanks guys.